If you only think Macau is having fantastic casinos and we can do only gambling, well, you are wrong. Macau has so many fantastic places. This is what I am going to visit today, the Coloane Island. Hey guys, this is GBA Insider. I'm Isaac. Today, we're driving from Shenzhen to Macau to have a very leisure weekend. Today, we're taking the Shenzhen Link to Macau. What's the special about this link? Well, before 2024, if you wanted to drive from Shenzhen to Macau, it always takes you like at least 3 to 4 hours. But having this Shenzhen Link, we can cut it down, our traveling time, down to 1.5 hours, which is a great time saver. First of all, I will give you a little bit geography facts about Greater Bay Area. You can imagine Greater Bay Area as a triangle, like this. Well, Guangzhou is at the top, Hong Kong and Macau are at the bottom. And basically, we have the Pearl River run through Guangzhou and connected to the sea, which the sea contains the most part of this Greater Bay Area. So basically, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, and Macau are on the right side of this sea. So because we have the sea, traveling from these three cities is not an easy job if you don't have any bridge or link in between. So before 2024, if you wanted to drive from Shenzhen to Macau, you got to drive towards Guangzhou and use the bridge of Guangzhou and then drive down to Macau. But now we have this Shenzhen Link. You can go across this link in between of the sea and then drive down to Macau. Saved a lot of time. And why we call it a link? It was because it's not a single bridge. It's components of three parts. The first part, of course, we have the bridge, but also we have the sea tunnel. So basically, you will have a part of your traveling under the sea. And then definitely we'll have the artificial islands to connect the bridge and also connect the tunnel. So that's why we call it the link. So this is definitely a mega masterpiece of infrastructure. And this link totally have the length of 26 kilometers. It's impossible for you to build a bridge of a length of 26 kilometers. So that's why we have artificial islands, we have the tunnels to connect it with the bridge to become a link that has a length of 26 kilometers. In fact, there are another way for you to travel from Shenzhen to Macau. The first way is taking the ferry. You can take the ferry from Shenzhen to Macau or from Hong Kong to Macau. It will take you like around 2 hours. Another way is to take in the speed train. You got to have the transfer. You will first take this high speed from Shenzhen to Guangzhou and transfer from Guangzhou and then to Zhuhai, then to Macau. But all of this way, I think it's not that easy and flexible compared with driving, right? If you wanted to increase the efficiency for people to commute from these two cities, the best way definitely is to drive. So having this Shenzhen Link, it's not easy for people doing business to communicate, but it's also very easy for us traveling from these two cities. So thanks to Shenzhen Link, it's making all possible for us, not only traveling, having fun, but also very beneficial for the business people, right? So this is a little bit background information of today's trip because we're driving from Shenzhen to Macau. Later, I will show you a lot of interesting things about Macau. So let's enjoy our trip first. Well, this Coloane Island is at the most southern part of all Macau territory. And actually, this is a little village, a lot of local residents living here. And this is not a fancy modern area of Macau. And this place actually is very quiet with a lot of natural space for people to walk around, and it also contains a lot of interesting restaurants. Plus, it's right next to the seaside, so a lot of people are coming here to fishing a little bit or just walking to enjoy the natural view of whole Macau. We are now at Ama Cultural Village. Well, in here, we praised Mazu, who is the most important goddess of Macau resident. You know, Mazu actually is a very important cultural root for southern Chinese. Well, in the northern part of China, we may be praised about Confucius. But for the southern part of China, because it's much closer to the sea, then we praised Mazu. Mazu is acting like an ancestor of your family, and it can protect your family not only to become more united, but also she can protect you from any risks from shipping outside or doing business overseas. So it's very important for people living in the southern part of China. And today, having a Mazu temple in Macau, we can say that this temple is acting like the core spiritual part of Macau, protecting this little island to be safe from any storm, any tsunami, but wish you a very prosperous life and future of this great city. Yeah, we're at the front door of Mazu Temple. This place actually taking a great space of this Coloane Island. Well, for a lot of people who are familiar with Chinese culture or any Buddhism culture, you know that when you get into any temple, you can ask for an incense. It's this yellow sticks in this pot. By having this incense, which can be ignited, and then you can hold your hands in front of you and give your most honest prayer to Ama, and then put it down, your incense, in this big one. So, which can mean that Ama accept all of your wishes and prayers, and she will give you her best protection and blessings. Well, I have to take off my glasses to show some respect. A lot of people knows that Chinese belief system is strongly influenced by Buddhism, but Ama and Confucius are totally authentic and local god in Chinese people's belief system. So actually we mixed two of the god system from Buddhism and our local culture. The pure local god is like Ama and Confucius, and the imported god is like the Buddha and so on. We mixed these two belief systems together, not only to praise them at the same time, but also I think in our system they can communicate with each other. It's a very fun story. We now arrived at the statue of Ama. Well, this statue is very tall, and for her whole eyesight, as you can see, Actually, she is watching the whole Macau territory. As I introduced before, Ama is like the most respectful goddess of Macau. Then putting these statues here and watching the whole territory of Macau, giving the resident of Macau feels like it's always been blessed by this goddess. I got out from the Ama temple and now I'm resting at the top of this mountain. I think today I had a wonderful experience because in Macau I found this secret place to sit around like 10 or 20 minutes just to listen to the breeze of the tree, the birds singing, and the wind singing to myself. Especially in Macau, it gave me a feeling like this contraction between fashion, chaotic casino gambling, and this peace, inner happiness, and this natural feeling. This gave me a very good combination of these two feelings together. Then I would say this Saturday is definitely a good worth. Thankful for today's trip. I enjoyed this Macau very much. So I will say a goodbye in this video. Let's see you around in GBA Insider. Bye bye.